today's video. While the birds chirp outside, my neighbor's kid plays around. Those are the sounds of life that we didn't pay much attention before, or maybe they annoyed us, and now we we relish on their existence around us. My voice quite gone. I don't know if it's the excess of smoking or the excess of worry, one over the other. It's a great time to stop smoking, and I'm on that quest right now. I don't want to wake up every day to think my chest pain is because I do smoke too much, or is it something else? It's a doubtful state of mind that I don't want to indulge in, and I want to be head leveled on this situation. But it is those small thoughts that keep creeping in, and that gonna make this journey a bit more arduous than it has to be. So we have to eliminate any source of doubt, and in that sense, staying inside, it's definitely the only solution right now, because every time you go outside you expose yourself. Not so much because you may be an understanding person and be careful on your behalf and on behalf of others, but there's a lot of fools out there, and people are joking too much about this. All this fist bumping, you're still breathing near each other, and you're still touching each other's hands. All that elbow fisting, if someone coughing their elbow, you're touching their elbow. All those interactions that are not necessary, and yes, we have to keep a sense of humor, but that sense of humor has to be kept in check, to the extent of the idea of all this sacrifice, worldwide and individual. It is to make sure we healed this curve of contagion gets somehow contained. Otherwise, the numbers will be dumbfounding, and the system will collapse, because it will not be able to receive so many people. And once again, this is a foreign enemy to our body, and the only enemy here is the virus towards us, because our body doesn't have the immunity against it, and eventually we might all get it, and the symptoms gonna be as much as a common cold, which we be able to bear it. But anyone else that has a compromised immune system, small children, older people, and anyone with ongoing health situation, will have a hard time. And as citizens of this country and of the world, we want to make sure everyone has a chance to survive this, and the way they will have that chance is with time, as it becomes less contagious, or if the contagion continues, it will be less harmful. So this is my take on it. I could go on and ramble about many things. I was very adamant to go out and be useful to people that I know that need a little help with shopping for them or this or that. But my advice is, if there is nothing that you need of essence, if you have whatever you have in the home, try to make use of it. And it's not time to be heroes, it's time to really avoid as much contact with people as possible. And because that's how you're being a good citizen, staying home and staying cool. And meditate to find yourself in this situation where you're gonna get your strength to live every day in this new way. And what can you do around the house that you didn't do and you kept just pushing down the road? This is a good occasion to do all those chores around the house and all that tidying up and all that errands, that in-house errands that we were procrastinating about as long as it took. And now we have no more excuses. We have the time, and we have to keep busy, at least inside of the house, because keeping busy will allow our brain to feel some kind of normalcy. Keeping to a schedule, whatever schedule it is that you had before, you have to keep a kind of normalcy on it. Either your eating habits and your eating schedule, your bath schedule, your wake up and go to sleep schedule. We are humans are beings of habit, and if we start breaking all the routines we knew, and it took us so long to establish, it's going to be chaos for us individually, and then as functional individuals out there. And if we have a family in the house, especially kids, they have to keep a certain normalcy to their schedule as well. And their screen habits cannot increase exponentially just because now they have a lot more free time in the house. It's not a good idea. But I do not have kids, so I'm not going to give advice on things that everyone's going to have their own struggles to overcome. So, and everyone will have their own realizations. It's forthcoming, and we're all gonna have different learning curves about this. And but until we all have a steady understanding of the importance of the social distancing and the importance of try to keep our touching to a minimum to every surface, and of trying to wear gloves as much as we can outside, and change those gloves every time we enter a different place. And those gloves have to go in the garbage. I see people throwing their masks and their gloves in the floor. No, either keep a plastic bag with you and put it inside, and then you put it in the trash in your own house, or you have to find a litter box and trash it in a litter box. The idea is for it to be contained, not to be freely bumping in the air, and so other people will breathe it from the object that you wore. So let's be conscious about that. Let's be I know it's a time of every man for itself, but at the same time we still live in a society, and we have to respect the idea that we have to share our space with the next man, and either it's going to be in the comfort of our house, or as the time comes outside, we have to have that in perspective. This is a time where it's going to be you and your ethics every step of the way. You're going to be tested every step of the way about doing the right thing, and what you understand about the right thing maybe not be what I understand about the right thing, and we have to have a certain common sense about how we're gonna proceed about this. And people are gonna be angry at each other. I can foresee it in a way, because we're gonna be in each other's face. If we're gonna work together, there's no other way. And I mean that literally physically, and literally annoying each other with our what the other may consider bad habits, or extreme extreme exertion of good habits. And all our noise, they're gonna come out, all our paranoias, all our, if we had a little OCD on us about a particular thing, that OCD is gonna go berserk. It's gonna feed itself right now in all kinds of occasions to be rightful. So do not listen to that OCD in you. Do not listen to that paranoia in you. And do not react to the OCD on the other and the paranoia on the other, because then we're all gonna be in a very intense energy mode, and we have to take this with a very, very leveled head. Fright or flight is a state of awareness that it's essential to understand, but we cannot carry it with us every day, all day, every step of the way. Otherwise, the tension is going to creep on us physically and emotionally, and we are going to be so tense constantly, physically in our muscles, and mentally in overexertion of thinking, that we'll get ourselves sick. And it's not going to be from the virus, it's going to be from our own mindset. So we have to be aware of that. We have to be consciously aware that this situation has to be handled with calm and precaution. Yes, precaution, but with calm, with tranquility, with humility. This is a checkup on our humility. What are we as human beings? Are we our car? Are we our house? Are we our extended family? Or are we the human being that is the individual but cares for the collective? What is going to be more essential for us in this moment is $1,000,000 question that everyone is asking themselves, and a lot of good's gonna come from this individually, or a lot of uncertainty and nervous energy is gonna come out of it. So we have to choose which side we're gonna lean into, and every day we're gonna have to go deep, deep, deep inside and find our strength and find what we stand for in our own life, and what it is we can do to make it better and to make everyone else's life safer and better. Have a great day. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Good night.